Welcome into the Players Club. Now for your host, Santana Moss, London Fletcher, and Sean Springs. Joined by special guest, wide receiver, Jaylen Lane.
Welcome back to the Players Club, coming to you from the Big Bear AI Command Center studio. I'm one of your hosts, London Fletcher. We got Sean Springs, a.k.a. Bluefoot, and also Santana Moss, 8 to the 9, a.k.a. Cowboy Killer, a.k.a. Giant Slayer as well.
The Giant Slayer.
Fellas, coming off a dub against the Raiders.
Yeah.
Heading down to the Big A,
Yes,
matchup
sir.
against the Falcons. How we feeling about that?
I like it. I feel good. I mean, you know, we had a nice bounce back and the team was fired up. We keep that momentum and start fast and jump on Atlanta the way we jumped on the Raiders, man. I'm feeling real good about the team.
Yeah, I feel good. I think one of the things that you kind of try to tell the fans that kind of be at bay with your emotions. It's a long football season. You go off for 1 week. Last week you would have thought we lost 5 games in a row. I remember, we went through that last year and still found our way back into the thick of things. So I like to tell fans, man, especially coming out of these preseasons now, they're so funky the way we do things. Get a guys 4 or 5 weeks before you go to judging or predicting or saying,
that's a real good
saying
point.
who we are. You know what I mean?
We
We don't know yet, and we got to get a lot of guys caught up to speed when it comes to their bodies and stuff like that. That's why you see all these injuries across the league. So, but going into this week, going into this game, I'm very excited about the matchup. I'm very excited about the rematch because last year it went down to the wire.
Two tight ends to the left. Here's the snap. Team's going to throw forward. He does. Into the end.
What a catch.
Zach Ertz, who wants to go to the playoffs? Touchdown! Touchdown, Washington! They win in overtime! We'll see you in the postseason!
Are you freaking kidding me? This is a missile by Jaden Daniels, an absolute missile to Zach Ertz, where only he can catch it. They call for fans for a reason, man.
Yeah.
Fanatics, man.
Fanatics.
You're
right.
They go,
Blue.
but
Hey.
you got to love that emotion. I like the fact that they're so connected and invested in it. Like, man, when you're a fan and you win a game, a lot of them, their whole week is based off of whether we win or lose, how their week goes. The Falcons game, man, we got 4 straight victories of the Falcons. We're going back there. We won there, 2 years ago?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of our fans will be there. Falcons coming off an ugly loss
man.
against the Carolina Panthers on the road. And I was surprised. I don't know how you guys felt.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys felt the same way. 30-0, get blanked by the Panthers, especially coming off the game they played in Minnesota on Sunday Night Football.
Right.
I'm like, man, this Falcon team looks really good.
They got something.
Right.
Which Falcons team do y'all think is going to show up?
Well, against Carolina was able to turn the ball over. They was getting after Penix, and he threw a couple picks. But, I mean, like Tanner said, early in the year, you're going to have games like that can be lopsided real quick.
Yeah.
And but Raheem's going to have, we had him here. Raheem, his character, the way he is, he's going to have those guys ready. And they're looking at that win, what we did to Oakland, like they know this team is going to be ready to come down there. So I think we'll see a really, really good Falcons team, but I think they just don't have enough of what we got.
You never want to see a wounded dog back at home after he took a tough loss.
That's a good point.
On the road. And that's one of the things that I know our coaches probably, are making them that bounce off the walls in those meet rooms and letting these guys know we don't take nobody lightly. As long as we handle us, we don't worry about what they're going to do. You understand? And that's how I look at this game. Like, man, it's a lot of great teams. There's a lot of great players in this league. And I think if you go out there with the mentality of taking care of your business, you shouldn't have to worry about what they're going to bring.
Yeah, looking at kind of this Falcons team and who are the guys we have to stop. First and foremost, you got to stop B. John Robinson.
Yes, sir.
B. John Robinson Jr.
Oh, my God.
Man, the explosive back out of Texas.
He's
leading them in rushing, leading them in receiving. He is doing everything. They run that Kyle Shanahan outside zone offense, and he excels at it. So
this is one of those games, I didn't mean to cut you off. This is one of those games where you got to see every man to the ball.
No question.
It got to
No
be
question.
game tackling at its finest. You saw what we did week 1. You saw how Green Bay attacked us when we went up to them.
Yeah.
You got to see man on top of man. You got to almost be getting hit by friendly fire often, early and often, because that's the only way you're going to get this guy down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's one of those
the first
guys,
guy,
man.
The first guy's going to miss
He's
him.
so smooth and shifty. When he gets the ball in his hand, it's poetry in motion. He's one of those guys. When I watch him and Gibbs, it's like looking at brothers, cousins, like somebody like they're related. They're kin to each other the way they play the game. So
Top 3
Blue,
backs.
I want to ask you about this. So Jerry Gray
Yep.
is the secondary coach for the Carolina Panthers. We both know him well. He was my
Very
defense
well.
coordinator in Buffalo. Also coached you here in Washington. The Packers have the Falcons.
Falcons,
The Falcons have the number 1 pass
Yes.
defense in the NFL. How can we build off that momentum in the passing game and have success against this Falcons pass defense?
Well, one thing Jerry Gray's going to have him well coached. You know, whatever your tendencies are, he's going to let everybody in the room say these are
The oracle.
And we call them the oracle, the tendencies. Well, I think it's a little different where we pose a little challenge for Jerry in our secondaries because we have the run pass option, so it puts you in a little bit of conflict because it's not a traditional passing game. Right. Mm-hmm. You just spread you out and throw slants and curls and outs and all those things. So I think we can make some plays, but at the end of the day, I think our receivers are pretty good and they're starting to catch their rhythm.
All right, man. Okay, well, I look forward to talking more about this Falcons game, but we got a special guest joining us on the show. We got rookie Jaylen Lane, fresh off his big game against the Raiders. But after the break, we're going to go inside the film room. We're going to break down that big punt return that he had for the touchdown. Welcome back to the Players Club. Fellas, we just saw Deebo Samuel. Happy for the rookie Jaylen Lane
Yes, sir.
on that big punt return. All right, well, fellas, it's time for us to go into the film room and break down that moment. It's time for Fast Lane, presented by Eastern's Automotive Group. Any car, any way, for everyone since 1988. All right, let's look at that. We're going into the film room. We
got his first catch right here. He got a little catch.
First catch, 11 yards against the Giants. Like Jaylin, just getting upfield as soon as he caught that
That was
ball.
key, right? That's one of the things that Kyle Shanahan used to overemphasize about us when we doing those shallow crosses.
Right.
When we sit in zone, attack the ball and get right back, replace where you came from. And I saw this in week 1, and I was real
he
happy.
ended up getting about another 7 yards.
Yeah, man.
Find the open spot, man.
Retrace where you came from. You get more yardage than trying to go lateral.
Picked up the first down. We got his punt return against the Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
This was a nice punt.
This is the one we was talking about when that kicker had a big foot on him. He was deep, and I was wondering why. And then once I saw him, do his thing. One of the things I love about Jaylin, man, he's fearless, but 2, he gets downhill right now.
One cut and go, man.
He's not with all that going side to side. There's a lot of guys that that works for them. Me myself too. I like to go now. So you get a better opportunity of running them back because those guys are running full speed at you. It's hard for them to stop on breaks and catch it down.
I used to cover kicks, Sean. You don't know about that.
Yeah, no, I was a returner. I was a returner.
I used to cover punts, and as a guy who was covering those punts, when you come at me right away, it's gonna force me to
force you to break down. You can't be right.
But Tanner's point, a lot of guys are not fearless. They don't want to do that. Stick it up in there. So that's impressive that he's one cutting downhill.
Now let's take a look at that 90-yarder.
Oh, come on, man.
We got to go to this one right here. So
Well,
at one point, you got to make a guy miss.
You got to make one guy miss.
Once he got here, man, it's no way that kicker gonna get you.
No.
If he did, he won't hear the last from you.
No.
Man, I was so happy, man. I was so intrigued just to see the guy. First of all, he had to go back and get it, and then once he got right there, I said, make him miss. You got to make the first man miss.
Let's point out that block though, the first block.
Yeah, the first block was key. I think Noah got in front of him and just shielded the guy for him.
Didn't commit blocking him back.
Yeah, he just shielded the guy for him. Noah did a great job.
That's why you got to. But Tanner, you talked about getting back and still squaring up so you can see the field, seeing your rush.
So he did everything right from when that ball first left that kicker's foot. The way he saw it come off there, he got back with enough depth, he located the ball, and now you can see the field. And now he got square. Noah did what he had to do. He did what he had to do by making that first guy miss. Now it's off to the races. Show me you can catch me. I used to always say.
We're gonna show you, matter of fact. I'm glad you mentioned that. Let's show you, Santana.
Okay.
Nah, this you in that burgundy, that white and burgundy.
Yeah, man. This right here was special because I just like, you know what, Coach Danny Smith put me back there.
Oh,
I wasn't returning punts at this time.
That's
And
right.
He's like, 10, I need a spark.
Yeah.
I need a big play from you. All right, Coach, I go back there and hey, man, when I got that ball in my hand, when I missed the first guy and ran into my own guy, I was like, oh, my God, what is Devin doing? Devin Thomas, what are you doing?
But, dude, you kept your balance throughout
See, right here,
time.
I turned into that running back. I turned into that guy that can just, make you miss in the phone booth. And when it get off to the rest.
What year is this, Santana? You still have some wins. You still have some wins there, boy.
Hey,
You putting them juice in them.
I was still running 4.3 right there.
Yeah,
now,
okay.
For sure.
So, Tanner,
this sweet right here, though. Blue, was you out there on the return?
Nah, they had put Devin out there. They at that point, if I know Tanner out there, I'd have went block for
Los
him.
Rogers right there.
Roach was out there.
That's why I asked was Blue out there too. So they took you off of it.
Hey man,
they couldn't count on you.
No, I probably had my hands full that game with
with Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
So,
all right, man. So after the break, Jaylen Lane is going to join the show. Welcome back to the Players Club, as promised. We got Jaylen Lane joining us.
man.
What up? How y'all doing, man?
Welcome.
We appreciate it.
Right.
Hey,
Yes,
so
sir.
after you have a big punt return like that for a touchdown, we got to bring you on the Players Club.
Gotta hear about it.
Hey, how did it feel?
Man, that was one of the best feelings you could have in life, man. You see that open field, and you just got to hit the Jets and go get it.
And we were saying, don't get caught by the kicker.
Nah, man,
that's
that's what I was thinking, too.
The first thing I said, I know he ain't gonna let him catch him from behind.
I wouldn't hear the end of that.
Now, one of the things I love about you, your punt return game is just me and B. Mitch are always talking about. We in the suites watching you because both of us, B. Mitch he's a legend for doing punt returns, kick returns here, and I did them throughout my career. I think that's one of the reasons why I was a first round draft pick to the Jets because of my punt returning abilities. You're fearless about it, bro. You get back there, you see the ball, you catch it effortlessly, and you attacking, you coming downhill. Was that something in your game that had to be taught to you, or did you just have that from the start?
I mean, we always talk through that kind of stuff, being aggressive, attacking vertical, but I feel like that's always been part of my game. I don't like to do too much side to side, too much juking, especially in this league. Everybody fast, everybody can run, so you got to get vertical and attack them, put the pressure on them. But also that confidence coming from the guys that's blocking for me. For real.
Right.
Them boys, they work hard. And you see it on tape. On my touchdown, I had to make one dude miss. Everybody else blocked up.
That's your job to at least make one.
I got to make
right?
one dude miss. But everybody else blocked up, so they make it easy on me for sure.
You coming into camp, man, we watched you and think on the theme of special teams, man, you just embraced that role, man. Did you feel like this is a way I can make an impact on this team, make the team?
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Me being a fourth-round guy, I know I was going to play special teams, and I know my role on special teams is going to continue to expand. But, if that's the way I'm going to impact the team, is what it is, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability.
Okay.
So we like to take you, get to know the player. Grew up in South Carolina.
Yeah.
I was just looking at it as a high school senior. 76 receptions for over 1,600 yards.
Throwing that rock.
But more importantly, what I found interesting, you played for your dad. He was your head coach.
Yeah, he was.
Growing up playing for your dad, playing for him in high school, what was that like?
Man, he was very hard on me.
Yeah.
Like he had to be, just because, he didn't want people to, he was like, you're going to earn everything you get. I'm not going to give you nothing. Nobody going to be able to say, oh, you starting because your pops is there.
Right.
So, up until that senior year, I kind of came into my own. I had 300 yards a year before or something like that.
Right.
So it's once I took that next step, I could feel him he's seen what I was becoming.
Yeah.
And of course he was still hard on me, but he was
saw you
especially
work.
he saw me working. Right. And especially after high school, man, he my number one fan now, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So you mentioned only having 300 yards your junior year. Is that while you were kind of under recruited, or I saw where you went to college. You went to Middle Tennessee
Yeah.
State
Yep.
right out of high school.
That, and I was about 5'6", 130. So, so yeah.
And you put up those numbers at 130, 140 pounds, man.
But seeing I got it was 150.
Yeah.
About the same, but I was definitely a small kid for sure.
It's a little different too. Tell me this though about yourself. Think about all that you say you went through. From high school, had to go to Middle Tennessee State, then you go to VTech. What was that transition like? Because, if from me just watching you play against the Canes like a year ago, I would have thought you'd been there for 3 or 4 years. Yeah. So what was that transition from coming from one school to another?
I mean, that comes with all its different challenges. I think what helped me is when I transferred, I kind of came in with a bunch of other transfers. Gotcha. So it was like the transfers coming in, we kind of like.
So y'all all got into the portal?
Yeah, it was me, Daquan Felton, Ali Jennings, Bayshaw too, and a lot of guys that was in this draft class, we were transferred in 2023. So it's kind of we came in together and we kind of built a bond through that. But also it's just earning respect. That's the number one thing you got to do. And I feel like that helped me at this point too.
Because you've been through that before.
Yeah, been through that. So I know, man, I got to earn my teammates' respect before all, and then it's gonna trickle down and go.
No, you got the right mindset. I think with any player, people fail to realize that regardless of what you did before, you have to recreate that. Yeah. You have to earn that. You have to, and that's how you know you're gonna be a great player in this league, because you have the right mindset. You're not coming in here with no cockiness. You're like, look, man, they don't know what I have. Let me go out there and show them. And once I show them, then you can give me all the praise. But I don't even care about the praise. Yeah. I gotta be this person each and every time I step on the field. So I love that about you.
I in camp, I talked to Bobby Ingram. He was one of my teammates in Seattle. Great dude, smart dude. And he gave you I just remember that conversation. I said, man, I like this kid. That you had made a catch in the corner of the end zone in practice. And I said, Bobby, man, I really like this kid. What you think about him? He said, let me tell you one thing about him. He said, he wants to learn, but when you tell him something, soon like most guys take a while to kind of implement that. He's like, he could tell you something, you go do it right away, man. Is that because of coaching kid? Why is that? Yeah. But that's a huge compliment that your coach can say that about you, man.
Yeah, I feel like my pops kind of instilled that into me. Like, especially him, he's probably the hardest coach I ever had on me just because he's my pops. So, like, with him being like that, I feel like I can take any type of coaching and just be able to apply it as quick as I can. And, just being coachable, that's the best way for you to get on the field and just learning from your mistakes.
Yeah. You seem wise beyond your years, man. And I saw where you just got married this offseason.
Yeah. Congratulations on that.
Appreciate you.
Got married. Well, tell us about your wife, man.
Yeah, we high school sweethearts, man. We went to Clover High School in South Carolina, and we was always in the same friend group. But we didn't start really rocking with each other till senior year. I'm like, dang, I'm about to go off to college. Right. But we stuck through. Went long distance for a minute, and I proposed July last year and got married in June this year.
That's big.
That's awesome, man.
That's big. That's awesome. And then, one of the things people fail to realize, and you coming in being a young guy, that foundation you've built already, you know what I mean? That's one thing of having the foundation, from your parents bringing up. But when you have to go, that's a huge commitment. You see what I'm saying? And to be young, for you to do that, now I'm not surprised why you handling your business on field, because you're focused. You know what I mean? You have your priorities in front of you, and you know what you have to do. What I want to say too is, I'm gonna get off of that. What I want to say, when it rains, it pours.
For sure.
So I want you to know that when you out there now, they gonna either kick it away from you because you a threat. But when you touch that thing, make sure they feel it, because trust me, your confidence is through the roof now. I mean, whether you believe it or not, your game gonna get better as a receiver, and you gonna and trust me, before it's all said and done, I'm gonna put it out there. I want to be talking about you as one of the leading punt returners in this league this year. So, man, I wish the best for you, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. You got some great receivers in your room, man.
Definitely.
You got Terry, Debo. How have those guys, you talk about earning the respect of your teammates, how those guys influence your game, or what'd you learn from them, man?
Man, from the day I got here, Debo, South Carolina guy, too. My pops actually coached against him when Debo was in high school.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Crazy. I was a ball boy on the sideline, so.
Watched that before.
So, got a connection there. But, they just continue to pour into me. through the ups and downs of OTAs camp, and they've just continued to help me grow each and every day. I'm asking questions, they got answers for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and even when I don't ask questions, they still like Terry coming to me random. Either talk about life, talk about ball, whatever. It's just. And I love that kind of stuff, and Noah too, even Chris Moore, everybody. We got a lot of good guys in the room. Right.
So. What's been the biggest difference between college football playing receiver and the pro game being a receiver?
I'd say, in college, there's probably a little bit more you can get away with.
Right.
In the league, it's not a lot of room for error. Even through 3 games, I'm starting to see that, and I'm just trying to use this to just continue to grow and. Just sharpen up my game because I know as long as I keep this mindset, I'm going to get to where I want to get to, and I just got to keep going.
I'm pretty sure those guys are going to tell you, especially Terry, I know he take care of his body well. Don't wait for something to happen for you to start doing it. Get them massages now. Seek a chiropractor.
Yeah.
Get anybody, get the knowledge from the guys around you. Ask them what did they do to sustain their career? Because that's what I learned. I had to learn the hard way, though. I got hurt out the gate.
Yeah.
And so once I got into Curtis Martin's ear and all these other guys, they just told me, Tanner, you need this, you need that, you need this. So I see you got off to a great start, man, but I want you to get, a team around you now that can start taking care of your body. Because you fast. You want to stay fast.
For sure.
All right.
All right, Jaylin. So for all our guests, we asked them to sign our football, man. If you wouldn't mind blessing us with that autograph, man.
I don't know if I deserve to sign this.
Absolutely,
bro.
You definitely deserve it. Well, that'll do it from the Players Club. We'll see you next week, same time.
Players Club was filmed at Big Bear AI Command Center Studio. Big Bear AI offers mission-ready AI for a rapidly evolving world, proudly protecting the Washington Commanders and its fans.